It was divine. I've like tried to describe it to people and it doesn't do it justice. It's so good. It's like the perfect mixture of cream and tart and sweetness, just like the perfect ending to literally any meal. I love Finland. I love being there. I love the people. I love the culture. I love the language, and I love the food. When I got there, I had no culture shock. When I came back, as soon as I stepped off the plane, the first thing I noticed was how loud it was. Everyone was so loud. Everyone was making so much noise. On the plane from London to Chicago, the flight attendants had kept coming up and talking to me, and I was so confused what they needed. Why are they talking to me? They were just talking to me. The fish is incredible, and it's fresh and it's so good. When I came back to the States and tried the fish here, it was such a disappointment because it's just not the same, and it's not like you can get it straight from Norway or even from their own coast. The fish is incredible, and they also have a lot of different dishes. They use salmon in a whole bunch of things. They're lohikeitto is a very popular soup. Most dishes I think have potatoes in them. One of my favorite things to eat was always Karjalan piirakka, or I guess culturally appropriately riisipiirakka. It's like a little rice pie. Rice mixed with cream on a little patty kind of thing that's turned up and then crimped, like this piece of dough, and it's so good. You put cheese on it and cucumbers normally, maybe meat if you want. It's so incredible. They're just like these little packets of joy. So I would eat those a lot. Muesli I definitely eat occasionally, which is kind of like a granola. And the juice concentrate, that was definitely a big surprise. Here I'd always been used to juice concentrate being frozen, and that might have just been because I was uneducated. But they use liquid. It's like in a glass bottle normally, and pretty much every meal uses them. And you can get all sorts of things. You can get elderberry juice and pear juice and strawberry and raspberry and all of the kinds of juices that you can imagine. Lingonberry is very common because they really like berries too. Berries and mushrooms. All the kids are taught how to pick mushrooms, how to pick berries, and they know pretty much all the berries are actually totally fine to eat. Then we just go into the forest and you pick berries and mushrooms, and I was not brave enough to do it without a native Finn along. But take them, make them into whatever. So use a lot of mushrooms and a lot of berries. My all-time favorite dessert, it's really simple. You just take rahka, which is kind of like Greek yogurt. You mix in equal parts rahka and cream, and then put sugar in it, and if you're American, maybe too much sugar, and then berries, blueberries or raspberries. One of my favorite were buckthorn berries, turni. There's these little orange berries, which I had never heard of before. Just mix them all together, and I would put honey on it instead of sugar, because I thought it worked better with the turni berries. It was divine. I've tried to describe it to people, and it doesn't do it justice. It's so good. Karjalan paisti is so good. Little chunks of beef, and then in a gravy, and then you put that on the Karjalan piirakka, the little pies we talked about earlier, and you just pour them on, and you can have potatoes along with it, or jam, lingonberry jam, or whatever kind of jam you want. I feel like it's a perfect depiction of Finland. It comes from all different parts of it, and it's mixed together into a wonderful symphony is the only way I can describe it.
I'm so sorry, you're so cold. I feel
No, it's
bad.
okay. I should have brought a jacket. So I was in my second to last year at Espoo, which is part of Helsinki. Well, okay, it's not part of Helsinki, it's Espoo, but it's next to Helsinki, and some people think it's part of Helsinki. We were working with one of the members, and he had told us about one of his friends. It was a lady friend. She was from Lithuania. When she found out that I was American, she was like, "Oh, will you court me? And then I can go to America." And I was like, yeah, no. And I kind of just moved on from the conversation, and I was hoping that it was either a joke or a slip because she wasn't a native English speaker or something like that. And then she started grabbing my hand, and I was like, okay, no. And then she gave me this side hug and clung on to my arm, and I was like, okay, well, apparently that was not a joke. Neither of my previous suppositions were correct. I kind of just laughed it off, and my companion was very confused because he hadn't seen the previous interaction, and so he was just play along with it, it's fine. But he clearly had not understood. So we were just there, and she was like starting to get really touchy. And so then I was like, I have somewhere to be. And I walked out down the hallway, and I went and talked to the sisters, and I was like, okay, the sister missionaries. And I was like, okay, you guys are going to have to teach her, because we are not going to teach her under any circumstances. And she came out to church a few times, but every time I saw her, I was a little wary, because it was, very, very uncomfortable experience. But in hindsight, I hope she found some nice American to marry. Jos voisin sanoa ihan mitä vaan heille suomalaisille tai Suomessa asuville, sanoisin kiitos. Kiitos elämäni parhaista vuosista. Kiitos siitä, että sain viettää aikaa teidän kanssanne. Kiitos siitä, että sain oppia teistä. Kiitos siitä, että te autoitte minua. Te vahvistitte minua ja te opetitte minulle, mitä minun tarvitsi tietää juuri silloin. Minä olen ikuisesti kiitollinen siitä tilaisuudesta, joka minulla oli. Minä toivon, että te kaikki tiedätte, kuinka ihanassa maassa te asutte ja siitä, kuinka paljon teitä on siunattu ja kuinka paljon te olette minua siunanneet. Te olette minua siunanneet. Se oli ihmeellinen kokemus. Sain asua siellä ja mä en voisi koskaan unohtaa sitä teidän tähtenne.